It's not like, it's not that. It's like, it's more of like an intentional, firm, but gentle, like how you would like wash your face. Welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of Scalp Care 101. Let's give it to Jared. He's gonna tell you what we're gonna talk about.
Well, last week we talked all about, well, we didn't. Jonathan talked all about what is the scalp? How does it work? Why is it important? This time we're talking about, is this all a scam? Is it real? Is it legit? What parts are real? What parts do we need to take care or concern
Catch
about?
me! No, I'm just kidding. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great, and then we're gonna talk about what things you need to do at the end. So,
Has anyone taken a selfie with you yet?
No.
What does Scalp Care actually do? Under the umbrella of Scalp Care, there's gonna be like a lot of different things that can happen. You can have some scalp treatments that are gonna clarify and balance. You're gonna have some scalp treatments that are gonna moisturize. You also can have like an exfoliating scalp treatment, which will like buff and like kind of, you know, remove any debris in the scalp. Lots of different things when it comes to scalp treatment and what they can do. A pre-poo can have two main things. It can be more balancing or clarifying, or it can be more moisturizing. And actually, sometimes you can have ingredients to do both of those things in one formula. So if the scalp is over oily, creating like way too much oil, really, really heavy oil production, you might wanna use a pre-shampoo treatment that is more clarifying or more balancing. This is what's kind of counterintuitive, because if you're like, my scalp's oily, why would I wanna put more oil on it? It's because of what we were talking about a little bit before. A lot of times the thing that leads to flaky or dry scalp is actually overwashing of hair. If the scalp is being overly washed, it's going to make too much oil. So a way to get the scalp to kind of calm down and stop making so much oil is to actually moisturize it with a pre-wash treatment that is oil-based. That's going to soothe the scalp, tell the scalp like, hey, you got plenty of oil, you don't have to go into overproduction mode. You could also use things like turmeric or caffeine or like a physical exfoliant, which can also kind of like decongest and pull out any impurities or any dry skin or debris that's plugging up the hair follicles. I never recommend those for people who have like really long hair. If your hair is like a bob or longer, the exfoliating shampoos and conditioners, like you're gonna be like picking like beads out of your hair forever. It's like hard to get it out. If you're someone who has like short hair, like a pixie cut, or if you're like just any short haired person, then exfoliating shampoos can be really nice, because if you're using a lot of pomades or a lot of gels or stuff to really like style that short hair, sometimes those products can be silicone heavy or like really waxy, and that can kind of like settle down on the scalp and you can get a lot of buildup. So an exfoliating shampoo is really nice because it can kind of like get in there. Then you can also have a pre-wash treatment for like dry, flaky scalp that's gonna give more moisture and is going to like impart more hydration on the scalp, because there's like a lot of dryness and flakiness. That would be like taking like a chamomile oil or like some sort of like calming oil and like applying that to the scalp for like 15 minutes before you get in the shower. So also too, with pre-wash scalp treatments, whether it's balancing and clarifying or if it's more moisturizing, a lot of times we can have ingredients in those formulas that will actually make your hair stronger as well. Because when you treat the scalp and you give it more nutrients, it's going to be able to produce stronger hair that's less prone to breakage, because you don't have all of the accumulation of like dead skin cells, debris, dirt, oil that can be like plugging up the follicles and making the hair less strong. And then when the hair is less strong, it can break easier. So taking care of your scalp is going to help you have stronger, more resistant hair to environmental stressors, damage, etc. Why now? Why are we hearing about all this scalp stuff right here and right now? Well, it's actually a really good question. So people are asking more of their hair and scalp than ever before. When we're wearing extensions all day long, day in and day out, when we're doing protective styles for like more than 2 weeks at a time, when we're wearing like hats all the time, when we're doing like slick ponytails and like applying gel to wet hair and like slicking it off of our faces, we're putting our hair and our scalp through a lot. So we have like unprecedented numbers of people experiencing traction alopecia, experiencing like scalp damage from like misuse and abuse of extensions. Folks are like bleaching their hair like way more. We're also applying a lot more extensions a lot more often than what we used to like 10 years ago, even 5, 10, 15 years ago. So if we can take better care of our scalps, our hair is going to be stronger, it's going to look better, it's gonna break less, It's gonna be its best, fullest, thickest self. These are like all the do's and don'ts of scalp care, scalp products, and like things you gotta know. So when it comes to like how we're washing our hair in the shower, it's always good to use like the pads of your fingers when we're washing. Don't use your fingernails, and also just like be kind of like firm but gentle. It's like kind of like this. It's not like, it's not that. It's like, it's more of like an intentional, firm but gentle, like how you would like wash your face. Super hot water also like makes the hair a little bit more fragile. It can like, really hot water just makes the outside of the hair expand more, so it makes the overall integrity of the hair a little bit weaker. All water makes hair a little bit more weaker, but hot especially compromises the integrity overall. Also, really important just in general, if you're someone who wears braids or protective styles or weaves, it's so important that we are not putting those on ever for more than like 2, maybe 3 weeks. If you're wearing a protective style for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, that is so damaging to your scalp. And even the word protective style is kind of misleading, and it misleads so many people because you're like, oh, I'm protecting it. No, like if you put a washcloth over your face and cut eye holes out and keep it there for 8 weeks and then take it off, your skin is not gonna be happy. Your scalp needs to breathe. Product-wise, like here's the do's. Here's the things that we love to do. Pre-wash scalp oil by JVN Hair, not to name drop, but oh my God, is it just like the most amazing product ever? Remember how earlier we were talking about how you can have a more clarifying oil, like more clarifying, more balancing, more of like a decongestant, or you can have one that's more moisturizing and more like strengthening. Pre-wash scalp oil actually has both. So on the kind of balancing or decongesting side of things, we have our turmeric. Turmeric has been used in Ayurvedic science for thousands and thousands and thousands of years to help so many things. Helps burns, it helps calm the skin, it can help to clarify, it can help to decongest. Then on the strengthening, moisturizing side, we have bisabolol, which is an extract from chamomile, which is very powerfully anti-breakage. So not only do we put pre-wash scalp oil on our scalp, we also put it through our ends. So it's gonna help your hair not break. It also has hemisqualane, which is really balancing. It's gonna give you moisture that seeps into the skin. It doesn't live on the outside, but it also doesn't weigh the hair down. And also we have rosemary extract, which that's kind of more on the balancing, clarifying side. That actually also stimulates blood flow to the scalp, so it encourages hair growth. So it helps your hair be its thickest, fullest, best self. Ooh, also there's neem oil. Neem oil is definitely on the strengthening, moisturizing side. That has also been used in Ayurvedic science for thousands and thousands of years to help heal burns and to help make hair and skin stronger. It's so good. Also, for our shampoos and conditioners, our Nurture line and our Embody line. Nurture conditioner and Embody conditioner both have aloe leaf juice in addition to our hemisqualane. Those are both gonna be very calming and very moisturizing to the scalp. So a lot of times I feel like when people get dry scalp, it's because they don't take their conditioner and put it all the way up to their roots. They're like, oh, I don't wanna put conditioner up there, it's gonna make my hair flat. But Embody Conditioner by JVN Hair will not make your hair flat. It also has bamboo, which is rich in silica, which will absorb oil. So you can very safely take Embody Conditioner all the way up to your scalp. It's gonna moisturize the scalp. It's also gonna help your hair be fuller, happier, less prone to breakage, so it's gonna make it stronger. So if you're worried about volume and you also wanna moisturize your scalp, Embody is for you. If you're someone who is not worried about volume, if you have just like so much hair and you're like, honey, I do not need any extra volume, I got all the hair in the world, but you also have dry scalp, the Nurture conditioner is gonna be for you. It also has that aloe leaf juice, also has the hemisqualane, but it also has like vegan ceramides and some like jojoba extracts and some other things that are gonna be a little bit heavier and more moisturizing for you. But yes, Nurture conditioner, aloe leaf juice, Embody, aloe leaf juice, so good for scalp health, so good for you. I feel great. I feel informed. I feel like as a class, we've grown together. I can't believe we're gonna do like Scalp 201, like the syllabus, I'm gonna write it. Like the University of the World has already said this has been like a great course and people are raving about it. Like, in fact, rave about how much you love this course in the comments. Maybe tell your friend that's like struggling with scalp care to like watch both, you know, like part 1 and part 2. I don't know, I don't wanna tell you what to do in your life, but I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming to our channel and supporting our work. We love you so much and we'll see you next time on YouTube.